So I thought I'll create this video answering this question, which I hear a lot, which is what should I focus on, speed or accuracy? Now, one of the problem that I have with the question is the way in which the question is framed. Another problem that I have is the definition of these terms, right? I'm assuming that the assumption with regards to this framing of this particular question is our speed is inversely proportional to accuracy, which means if I do things fast, I may end up making some mistakes, but then I'll attempt more number of questions, thereby improving my chances of getting more number of questions correct because of probability. That is what I think focusing on speed means. And also assume that focusing on accuracy, as people understand, means what I think it means is that look, I'm going to read things, do things slowly, ensure that every single question, whatever I'm doing is correct. I'll be extra careful in each of these things, and thereby I may not attempt all the questions, but whatever I attempt, I'll get it right. Will that be good enough? Now, this is a very simplistic way of looking at the paper. Because first of all, the problem that I have is with each of these words. So the speed versus accuracy. Let's start with this versus speed or accuracy. That seems to be like a false dilemma here. You're giving choices, speed, accuracy. Pick one. I'm saying, why can't it be both? Why can't I tell myself, why not speed and accuracy? Why not? Why should I even say that this is actually inversely proportional? There's no such relationship exist. I have to do at a pace and get my questions correct. So why not speed and accuracy? After all, in the examination, let's say examination like CAT, if I want to get something that is close to about the 99 percentile, at least from last year, my score should be something close to 50 percentage of the total number of marks. So yes, I will attempt maybe about 60, 70 percentage of the questions, and then probably get about 70 percentage or 80% of the questions correct. That's what I would want to do. So I would want to look at speed and accuracy. So, and then other thing is this word, what does this accuracy even mean? What does focusing on accuracy even mean? What are you focusing? I am not focusing on accuracy. So what are you focusing? I am focusing on getting this question wrong. Okay. My focus is to get the question. That, that, that doesn't make sense. You have to be accurate. At least you believe that you're accurate. And you might take some gambles some once in a while. Say that you say that I boiled down to two options. Should I want to take a gamble? That's a different question altogether. Whether should you take a gamble, should you not take a gamble? But at the end of the day, your attempt is to get something correct. So everyone should be focusing in that sense on accuracy. But if you have to get marks, marks will come if you get the answers right, right? So there is no point in not focusing on anything other than accuracy. And let's go to this word called speed. This is very weirdly framed term. When you look at something like speed, the people assume speed is about slow or fast. Is that speed? I- So, for example, let's look at when it comes to VRC, how it gets manifested, DILR, how it gets manifested, and QA, how it get manifested. This whole idea of speed. VRC, we think that reading comprehension passage, we'll end up reading the passage fast because I have to read it fast. And when I read it fast, I don't understand what I just read. I go to the questions. I don't understand what I read. Therefore, I end up getting confused. And then I end up wasting time. So and also for that for that matter, certain questions, the way in which options are set in certain questions, you can eliminate the options quickly. In certain questions, you can't. You'll have to do a little bit of evaluation. You will have to give the time that the thing deserves, and you can only read at a pace in which you can understand the passage, whatever that optimal pace is. So I cannot be simply saying that by reading the passage fast I'll have a problem. I'll The way in which I already created another video on VRC in 40 minutes. You can check that one out. The idea is that what is speed? For example, there are five questions or in a passage. Let's say that there are a couple of questions which are sort of easy. One question is a couple of questions which is let's say medium level of difficulty, and one question is let's say is difficult. The idea of speed is not to get stuck in this particular question. Understand this question is very confusing to me, skip the question and move on. The idea is to pick this question, maybe pick this question as well, and maybe you get confused, couple of them, move to the next passage. So long as you understand that 50 percentage of the marks, at least last year, was in the 99 percentile, right? Close to that, 45, 50 percentage. And year before that, was probably about 60 percentage. I don't have to do everything. So the idea about this slow fast, that I have to be fast everywhere, I have to be slow everywhere, that is a crazy idea. You have to read at a pace in which you can understand what you read and make decisions and behave in such a manner that you make better decision. That's where the speed comes. Let's look at DILR. What do we do with DILR? I think first of all, let's say that whatever the number of sets that we have, we cannot solve all the sets, or some people can. Most of us can't. So we may end up deciding that I'll probably in that 40-minute scenario, I'll probably pick about 3 sets, 2 for sure, and maybe 1 more set if I'm possible to solve out of the total number of sets. And and then how do you make the decision? For even to make the decision, we do everything fast. I'll just quickly look at what does it look. This looks crazy. This looks crazy. Next one, this looks bad. This looks bad. Oh, this looks lovely. And that's how we decide. We want to even decide fast on which sets to solve. And then when you are in the particular set, we are saying that speed. I want to read fast, 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 fast. Let's do everything fast. But to decide sensibly, read the set, make a decision. If we can solve, we solve. And then you have those for four questions. Let's say for 4 questions or 6 questions, whatever it is not necessary you have to solve all the 4 questions. If one question is difficult, skip and move on. There again, you have no the concept of slow or fast does not make sense to me. Speed is not slow or fast. QA, let's go to QA. Now there are 26 questions, let's say, right? And you basically will have a decision in terms of what percentile you want to eventually achieve in QA. That's what your decision is. And therefore, what marks you should get, how many questions you should get. So let's say you decide I have to get about 13 questions correct. Or maybe somebody would say, or you leave it to the question. I would want to ensure that I answer all the questions that I know and leave the things that I don't know. Whatever it is, I have to focus on the idea of marks. Now, by design point of view, not every question is designed in the same manner, in the sense that some questions deserves a little more time to think. This might be a question that you encountered for the first time. The concept you may know, but you thinking about which concept to apply here may take time. Some question is very familiar, things that you have seen or done in the past. So I see a question, okay, I can handle this question, I can solve it. Right? Some questions you know that, okay, this concept I understand, I'm very clear about it, I can solve it. But from a design point of view, some questions are going to be easy, some questions are going to be difficult, some questions are going to be a medium level of difficulty. You cannot go to a difficult question and do it fast. The easy question you're able to solve fast, not because you're doing it fast, because you know the concept and the question gets done quickly. It has nothing to do with your pace of solving a question, right? You have to solve the question at a pace in which you are comfortable with, right? So that means, again, even here it is about allocating. So not solving the question in the order in which it has come, creating an order in your mind which says I'm going to pick this question, do a round one, and then probably come back and do the rest. That is your speed. Therefore the idea of this speed is not about whether you have to do slow or fast. The idea of speed is, at the end of the day, it's to do at a pace in which you are comfortable. If you want to increase the speed, you cannot increase the so-called speed by doing things fast. You have to increase the speed by developing skills. So you have to read better. If you have DLR set, solve better, have a process in which I can attack the problem. If you have quantitative ability question, under doing the problem solving skill, understand what is needed, what is there, what is the step number one. That skill is what you need to develop. So this idea about speed versus accuracy is a bad idea, first of all. And the way in which you want to develop speed comes from two things. Therefore, one is the skill set that you develop, and second is the way in which you behave in the exam. We have certain behavior which creates problem for speed. Let's look at one behavior. One behavior is that I have to do everything fast. Right? That is a crazy behavior. That is behavior number one. Second behavior is over analysis. Let's say in VARC, your gut feeling tells you answer choices A. Gut feeling is an outcome of your mind already processing information and feeding you. That's the answer. But no, no, no. I have to sit and do extra analysis. Mark it and move on. You in QA you got an answer right, but then you want to make it extra sure. Do it one more time and to get it. Why? That's the wrong behavior. Another behavior is when you solve a DLR set, you look at the paper after you solved. It looks so dirty. You were scribbling here and there, in there. Your mind is going. Take control. Take control and do it aram se. And it's about pacing, going at a pace in which you are comfortable. And then if you want to increase the pace of your comfortable nature, we need to have skills. So, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, what should be a focus? Speed versus accuracy, both. And the right definition of speed. That is important for you to understand. Speed is not about doing things fast, doing things slow. Speed is about skills. Develop that skill that is needed to ace these sections. So that's what I thought I'll share with you. If it makes sense, let me know. If it doesn't make sense, let me know. Either ways, I'm fine. But I was sharing my thought, my ideas on this particular subject. Bye bye. I'll see you.